Hello! This video is part of a series where I read over old issues of my comic Hellgate and give some commentary. Hellgate started in 2003 when I was 15 and ran till 2009. You can read it for free at jaegercomics.com. This footage was captured from my streams over at twitch.tv/Jaeger_comics. This is Hellgate Battle 20 Cat-tastrophe Uncut. I think I'll explain that during the commentary section. But there's a reason why it says that. So there we go. There's our cover. Last time on Hellgate, Battle 19, a new team, Neil was trapped and away from his sword, but luckily his older brother came by and slayed the demon for him. Jesse, Jessica, and Courtney's siblings stopped by as well. So first we have... Okay, so first we start, of course, with our catch up on Courtney, who's still in her healing coma. Then we got two kitties, one yawning, and then there's Jessica. Things have been quiet since DJ and them left. And that is our fearless leader. Yeah? I have got to do something to whip him into shape. You booger. That's it. Me and you are going to spar. You'll be killed. But you can't transform. I'll be killed. More yawning. And a couple of kitties sleeping. Now we're back outside and Jessica's ready to fight. And why don't I get a weapon? This should be interesting. Everyone's here. Even the kitties came to watch. I'm gonna die!
This is perfect. Jaeger, I will get revenge for my brother. Behold, I am the demon Tomcat.
Are you sure you're a demon? Ow, 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 ow.
Of course I'm a demon. Now, Jaeger, you will pay for slaying Peepers Tom, my brother.
Brother? Peepers Tom? That's the bastard that peeped on me in the shower. I remember him. He could transform into anything he saw. Flashback to when Peepers Tom turned into a nude Jessica. Bam! Ow! What was that for? Courtney took my glasses before I saw anything. Pervert. Note from me, the author, Jesse now wears contacts for just that reason. Alright then. Neil transforms.
All I have to do is shoot him with this gun. Gah! I forgot to charge it. That's okay. It will just take a little longer to take effect.
Neil goes in. The gun fires. Boom! Blast hits Neil. And also the charge jumps to the cats. And everyone else. Everyone gets hit by this beam. Nothing happened. Everyone okay? I think so. I'm okay. Meow. Huh? He's gone. Weird. And now it's nighttime. Looks like the kitties are all sleeping out in the yard. Neil sleeps in the chair next to Courtney's bed. Jesse, Jessica, Amber, all sleeping. And then the next morning comes. Oh. I'm a cat. What the hell? Why am I a cat? What's going on? Wait. The beam. Oh, flashback to the beam. Must have been that demon, Tomcat. But what about the others? Were they hit? They were hit too. Boom, boom, boom. Amber, Jesse, Jessica. You guys too?
The only one that's still human is Courtney, but she's in a healing coma.
What about your cats, Amber? What do you mean?
They were hit by the beam too. Oh, hey, that's right. I hope they're okay.
Well, let's go check on them. Here's a reveal. Ba-ba-boom! Kitty cat nosebleeds. Damn.
Sweet.
Jesse, that's sick.
What? They're a different species. How do you mean? They're cats. I'm a cat.
Can you use the sword? Neil reaches into the invisible sheath. Damn. I can't get a hold of it without thumbs. What are we going to do?
If the beam turned the cats into people, maybe it can change us back.
We're going to need a plan. Got Neil and Jesse hiding in a treetop. Amber and Jessica into bushes. And the cats also hanging out.
Meow.
They should have turned into cats by now. Then look at the catnip. They poured catnip all over them.
Oh, they smell the catnip.
Wow! Gah! Good thing I charged it.
Neil and Jesse jump out, and the gun fires again. Oh, that's a two-page ram. Boom! Once again, the beam hits everybody. We got Timony changing back into a cat. Tracy changing back into a cat. Gabby changing back into a cat. Julia changing back into a cat. Neil changing back to human. Jesse changing back to human. Jessica changing back to human. And Amber changing back to human.
I'm nude!
But that means Amber and Jessica will be naked too. Head turn and leaf bikinis. Ta-da! They moved fast. Oh my! It's so small!
Don't tease.
At least I'm not alone. Neil's naked too.
Did you say something?
God, not fair. Well, what about the cats? They're in a catnip coma. Lonely flames.
Damn, I turned them back to normal. I'll have to shoot them again.
Oh. It's out of power.
Neil goes in with a thrust.
And stabbed. Damn.
Explain, how are you and Peepers Tom brothers?
Originally, demons could have children and die. Me and Peepers Tom had the same mother. It wasn't until God sent us to hell that we lost the ability to have kids and became immortal. How little you know.
Absorbed into the sword. Phew. Everyone okay?
Meow. We're fine.
I'm still naked.
Meow.
Author explains Neil's clothes. Whenever Neil pulls out the Jaeger sword, his clothes change to his uniform. This was set up by Demonic. His clothes then change back when he puts the sword away. Explains why he had clothes.
in this. He suddenly had clothes when Jesse didn't. And then here's just some extra art I drew. I think it was around Halloween. And it's Amber, Jesse, and Jessica. If they could transform. And Neil feels like he's being mocked. Next time... Oh, not that. Hello. Where'd that come out? Next time on Hellgate Battle 21, Hyeger and the Origin of the Gem, we look back on when the gem was first created and see a secret that may mean life or death for Neil or the demons. I forgot to mention this is looks like a 2006 release. This was after high school, but before I started college. All right, so this cover, kind of bland. I think I originally imagined the cats like jumping towards the reader, but I did not have the artistic ability to draw cats jumping into the foreground. Oof. But it's so bland with them just jumping aside. And also, you see Neil's transformed as a cat here on the cover. I never meant for him to transform. I just thought it looked more interesting, so I thought it'd be fun to put that on the cover, even though he doesn't actually transform as a cat. Uncut. So, as I've mentioned before, the cats in Hellgate were based off my exes, except for the cat of Julia, because when I made this comic, me and Julia were still dating. I thought it would be fine, and I'll jump ahead real quick and then I'll come back. I thought it would be fine because of how I portrayed the nudity. As you noticed, here's a good example. I didn't detail anything, right? You can't see, there's no genitals, there's no nipples. And the inspiration for this was a manga I love called Love Hina, which has a lot of nude situations for comedic effect, but it's never explicit. You know, you might see quite a bit of them, but the artist never adds the nipples in, it never adds genitalia in. And that's what I was going for here. It's like, you know, they're naked, but I'm not going to give you the full details, right? And I thought that would be fine. I didn't think anyone would have an issue with that. But I kind of ran it by a couple of the girls in this, one being Gabby and Julia. And they both took issue with it, which is not surprising. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, the older you get, the better you get at understanding people have different mental worlds and different feelings about things. But so for a while, for many years, there were two versions of this comic, cut and uncut. And basically, I was allowed to show women the uncut version, but male readers had to see the cut version. And the cut version, all I did was paint swimsuits onto all of the nude women characters, like a gray one piece. Kind of like how a lot of anime that was brought over and then directed at kids, they would paint swimsuits onto characters. If they were like taking a bath or something, they would just paint straps on them. So there was a cut version, but it's been many years now. The art's old. I stopped putting out the cut version because I think it's just chicken scratches now, you know. And now I would not do this without clearing it with anyone involved. To give you an example, now I'm doing, nude artwork for my Patreon, and some of the characters I'm drawing are from my comic. And if the character is very recently directly based off a real person, I went to them first before I even started doing these. Like, hey, are you comfortable with me drawing these characters, like in artistic nudes? And I got quite a few no's. So you'll never see an artistic nude of Blue Amethyst, Lord F, Angel Grove, or Kelsey Schiffer. Those characters are off limits, which is fair. Rock Danger said yes, though, so there's that. Anyway, going back through this. So I made sure to show the cats more. I don't know if I'd showed the cats really enough so far, but since this comic had so much to do with the cats, I just kind of started this opening scene. We're showing, the cats are around. And the first big thing here is this big close-up of Jessica's face. I remember this big window here was supposed to be Jessica going in with like a swing, but I couldn't get the pose right. So I just drew like a close-up of her face, which So dumb. Like, you don't need all of that space on the page for a face close-up. Didn't work out at all. Tomcat is identical to Peeper's Tom, except his antenna spiral down instead of spiraling up. And he wears like this shoulder piece that looks a lot like the extra shoulder piece on the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And he's got this weird gun that turns people into cats. And are you sure you're a demon? Of course I'm a demon. That actually mimics the conversation they have with Peeper's Tom. And yeah, I felt the need to explain here, like when Jesse's like, but I didn't even have my glasses then. I didn't get to see you naked, which is true. But I also thought it was weird that he doesn't have glasses anymore. So I just felt I needed to explain. So I drew a picture of myself. Yeah, I could sell. Yep. I got the short hair. This is after high school when I first shaved my head after my first ponytail. Thought I need to explain why Jesse has contacts now. And yeah, the idea when the gun is only a little charged, it will work, but it will only, it will take a while to work. If it's fully charged, it will work immediately, and if it's not charged at all, it won't work at all. 2-page spread to show it's moving, but oof, I don't like the construction here. I just didn't know how to draw a big scene like this, you know? No one's really proportioned the right way for where they are. Amber and Jesse look like they're floating, like they're not standing on the ground. But hey, look at these big leaves on this bush in the middle. That was me planning ahead. I wanted to explain why later Jessica and Amber can make a leaf bikini, because this bush has giant leaves for some reason. I remember originally I had Jessica's shirt up here, like it was like up to her waist, and it was like a big booty shot, but it felt too gratuitous and I took it out, which is kind of funny thinking of what else we see in this comic. And yeah, they all get turned into cats. Not much to say about that. I'm not the biggest fan of how these cats look. I didn't learn how to draw cats well until many years later. Yeah, but I talked about this. I do like this shot of this paw. I think that paw still looks good, of him like reaching in, trying to grab his sword, but he can't because he can't grasp with his paw. I do think this joke is kind of funny where Jesse's like attracted to the cats now. And he's like, that's fucked up, man. They're a different species. They're cats. He's like, but I'm a cat. I think it's fine. The catnip plan, and then they all lunge. What I don't like is like, okay, so you look here, they're lunging, right? And then immediately they're just sitting normal. That's dumb. This is, I mean, I can't believe I spent 2 pages just showing them slowly change back like Animorphs. Reminds me of something I would have drawn in like middle school, where I just draw the same thing happen to characters over the course. So it's weird how these like frames are all like, was I using the side of a cassette tape again? Why are these frames like all jumbled? This is interesting. So once again, I did the inversion technique here. Somehow I must have found a way to do it better than I had. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure this was still Microsoft Paint, but I must have found a way to do it better than I had in the early issues. But if you look closely, you can see right here, there's an eye. That was me writing down as I made the page. I put an eye there to allow myself to invert that frame, and then I didn't get rid of that. I wrote it very lightly, but it still showed up. The leaf bikini is actually another throwback to Love Hina. There was a moment in Love Hina, they were on a desert island. This one girl, a couple of these girls' clothes were eaten away by bugs or something, and so they fashioned bikinis out of the leaves. Or no, I don't remember why they lost their clothes, but I think the bugs went at the leaves. Accidental nudity was a big driving factor in that comics comedy. Yeah, and he explains that him and Peeper's Tom are brothers. And his author explains thing. It's because, again, you know, I didn't have the most dedicated readership back then. A lot of people couldn't keep track of plot points like why he would suddenly have clothes. So I started adding these author explains things to just remind people on stuff that they may not have read for years. So I think we see a few more, but I don't think I did it for too long. And yeah, next time is Battle 21. So that was Battle 20, Cat-tastrophe, uncut. Thank you for that, Redeem. Kirby.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, and I'd love to read your comments below. And make sure you're subscribed so you know when the next comic goes up. Also, check the description for a playlist of any readings you may have already missed. And if you'd like to read ahead, all of these comics are free on my website, jaegercomics.com. Bye!